Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. All right, today we're going to look at the complex relationship between Trump and Putin. Gary and I did readings on the Twin Tarot channel, and those will be up during the week on Trump and Putin. Not to steal any thunder from that, but it's been a question that's asked on the community page. What's their relationship like? Now, sort of going through a timeline, going all the way back to Helsinki with Trump defending Putin every chance he could get. Recently, Trump said he called Putin after he won the election, and Putin denied the phone call took place. The next day, Russian television put up nudes of Melania Trump from her modeling days and basically mocked her for, look at your new first lady in the United States. Isn't she a tramp? And then used diminutive words to describe Donald Trump. Now, mind you, it's not Melania's first go-around as the first lady of the United States. And they didn't do this the first time around, so what's changed? Next, Russia's chief of intelligence basically alluded to that Donald Trump used outside influences to win the election, and that as a responsible person, he's going to pay back those favors as agreed to. The implication is, you cheated in the election. We know you cheated. We just told everybody you cheated, but we haven't provided proof of it yet because we expect you to abide by your agreements. Funny how soon we forget about this one, isn't it? Now, is that just Russian mind games? Possibly. But given how shocking this election result was, and that Donald Trump somehow won the popular vote this time around, and won all the swing states this time around, and Elon Musk is jumping around like a dipshit all over the place and acting like he's the de facto ruler of this country, man, something don't seem right. Something doesn't seem right at all with this. Then, Putin just recently alluded to that many American presidents, including Trump, have assassination attempts, and Trump should be careful about himself and his family. And sounds like a veiled threat again. No, there's no reason to say that quiet part out loud. So it sounds like Putin is ratcheting up the rhetoric with Trump. In mine and Gary's videos, we go into long diatribe about, Putin doesn't want to control the United States. He wants to tear the United States down. And if he had information that Trump utilized foreign governments to help win the election and rig the election, and then provided that proof, can you imagine the mayhem that would cause? Because for my audience, you would be demanding that there'd be a recount and that the real election results be found, and if Kamala Harris wins, to install her as president of the United States. That's what we would want. For Trumpers, they would say we're stealing the election. And then, how long is it going to take before both sides ever trust an election again? This could have really severe implications for the U.S. population as divided as we are right now. Will it lead to civil war? Probably not. But will it lead to strong divisions that may never be overcome? Probably. So, is Putin succeeding in tearing down the United States? It looks like he's right on the precipice of it. Now, I've got a couple of videos that I downloaded. Kim from Intuitive View said, sorry for the rant. I'm dying to see what Kim's ranting on. Kim doesn't rant. She comes across and presents as the sweetest, kindest lady you would probably ever meet. Certainly that would be her public-facing face. And as a former preschool teacher, you could see that. It was right straight up Miss Marianne. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean she isn't salty and saucy behind the scenes. Probably not. Probably in the quiet with her and Adam, she probably gets so mad she could just spit. Adam, on the other hand, I'm sure Adam's much saltier and spicier. And don't even get me started on Susan Lin. She's the ultimate in spice. But let's take a look. My poor cars, they just got spanked. Who's your daddy? Let's take a look at Putin and Trump's relationship here. Why is Putin ratcheting up the rhetoric? Is Donald not doing what he's telling him to? Again, this will be for entertainment purposes only. Putin and Trump's relationship, it's a headache. It's a nightmare. Things are not, the brainwashing ain't working. And it's probably going to bring an end. There's a lot of anxiety and a short-term closure coming in here. Offering up more evidence of shenanigans. Trump may not be showing enough fealty to Putin, but Putin may be threatening. It seems more like Putin is threatening to offer up evidence of Trump's behaviors in this election. In the past, you got the Ace of Pentacles. Putin offering a lot of help to Trump, Trump getting elected. This is back in 2016. Trump never saying a bad thing about Putin, and Putin getting Trump to try and, weaken NATO and threaten to pull the U.S. out of NATO. Now you can fast forward to now, you can see why Putin wanted Trump to weaken NATO, why Trump wanted the U.S. to pull out of NATO, because Trump wanted to take over Ukraine and basically, then to the Baltics and start rebuilding the Soviet Union. And NATO was built, come together to combat the Soviet Union, to hold them in check, to keep them from expanding and taking over neighbors. So you can see how these the synergies work with this, and how Trump weakening NATO was emboldening Russia. But I guess the thing that Putin didn't count on was the complete rot within the kleptocracy that was the Soviet Union, Russia at this point, such that their military is incapable of doing the things that Putin was told they could do. But there's a big push here. Now, is there a big Russian push with election interference? Very possibly. Could this anxiety be with Trump? It could very well be. But both men, interestingly enough, are also probably near death. They are much closer to the end of their lives than the beginning. Putin has had cancer and has had treatments. Trump, you'll never hear, just like Putin, you won't hear anything about his medical records. But both men are not well. Current situation is the Queen of Pentacles. I think Putin's messaging Trump, be careful, you know which side your bread is buttered on. I've helped you in the past. I helped you now. I'm sitting on this information, and he's offering little bits of this information up. Veiled threats. We're going to humiliate you and your wife. We'll see if you say anything. We said that you basically stole the election. Are you going to say or do anything? We said that you should be careful about you and your family. They're poking him. Overarching energy is the Four of Swords. Russia's saying the quiet part out loud, and they're trying to get Trump to think. Honestly, Russia really wants a ceasefire. They want Ukraine to surrender, but they may not get that. A ceasefire would be it. But I don't know. Trump doesn't seem to be playing the game with Putin, or else Putin wouldn't be threatening Trump. You know what I mean? Lesson to be learned is the King of Pentacles from all this. Trump might have a new sugar daddy. Look at that. We got the Page, the Queen, and the King. We don't have the Knight, but we have these three royalty cards in here. Putin had a lot of money. Maybe Elon Musk has more. Maybe Elon has a different view of what he wants done than Putin. Or Zelensky came and visited Trump beforehand. Zelensky may have made Trump a better offer than Putin was offering Trump. I wouldn't doubt that for a second. Oh, dear me. This card came out yesterday, too, when Gary and I did that reading. Nine of Swords, progressing to the Ten of Swords. Putin's gonna spill the beans. It could be the end of that Nine of Swords could be the Ten of Swords at the end of their relationship. But Putin has been releasing dribs and drabs of information. And it doesn't appear that Trump is paying attention. So, Ten of Swords time. Okay, fine. Let's bring Trump down And in the process, we, take one of the pillars of American elections, which is free and fair elections, and knock out that leg and show that they haven't been free and fair and haven't been secure. And that one side cheats. Again, imagine the mayhem that will happen in this country should Russia provide evidence that the election was stolen with their help. And freely admit it. Yeah, we did that. Start putting Vladimir Putin stickers on the gas pump saying, "Yeah, I did this." Jeez. Okay. What's Putin will do? A pair of 4 cards. What is Putin thinking of Trump right now? Is Trump getting the message? What's Putin going to do next? The 10 of Swords. He's going to bring him down. So much for the happy family and the life. You're going to get what you deserve, and this may not be the only thing that's going to come down here. Oh, geez, these are terrible. The secrets. He's going to bring an end. He's going to reveal the secrets, all the thing that's been going on, the illusions that have been on there with these victories, Republican victories. Putin's he's not playing games. He is not playing games at all. And again, with Putin not necessarily being the healthiest and things not going well in Ukraine, what does he have to lose? Think about it. What does he have to lose by all this? There are clearly things Putin wants Trump to do. And Trump's not doing it, or else you wouldn't be humiliating Melania. You wouldn't be telling the world that you owe people favors for being elected and uphold your promises. Saying the quiet part out loud. Remember, Putin freely admitted that Maria Butina was a spy. After she had been convicted of espionage and locked up, and she was returned to Russia, Putin admitted that she was a spy. He said it right out loud. She wasn't going to be doing any spy work after that, but yeah. Should probably do a reading on her. Other readers saw her getting way too close to a high-story window. You know what I mean? What's Trump? So yeah, Putin's not happy, and I think Putin's going to take Trump down. I'm not saying he's going to assassinate him, but I think he will do whatever he needs to do to take Trump down. And again, if Putin's not well or long for this world, that's going to be his master stroke. All right, what's Trump thinking about Putin? There's the death card. It also came up. He probably would want to assassinate him. That would be so Trumpy. We launched missiles on the Iranian general. Why not on him? Got the Page of Swords, the Spy in the Camp, Queen of Wands. Kind of my Kamala Harris card there. 10 of Coins. Again, Putin was, in my previous reading, this card, Putin sitting on the goods. And Trump wanting to bring this thing to closure. It's like he's trying, I guess he's trying to figure out the action he's going to take. This is kind of the Ukraine card here. I think this is more that Trump doesn't care. You know what it's going to be? Trump doesn't care. This is kind of like the Stormy Daniels thing. That's where I'm going to go with this. This is like Stormy Daniels all over again. If he lost the election, who cares if the information that comes out? If he wins the election, he doesn't need to pay Stormy Daniels. So he took a bunch of promises from Putin. He got elected, and now he doesn't plan on honoring those. Even though the threat is there, I think Ukraine offered him more money. And Trump basically played Putin off. Spy in the Camp, Page of Swords. It's kind of like Trump's not the great. He's not the most clever person, but he act like a spy in the camp. Play both sides off on each other, get the best deal. Got the best deal from Ukraine, so now he's going to support Ukraine. If Vladimir is going to point out that Trump stole the election, Trump doesn't think that there will be consequences to him for that because he's already won. It's kind of really simplistic thinking, but again, as I did with the intro in this, what's Biden going to do with that information? Are you going to risk chaos and mayhem in the United States? And believe me, Donald Trump will make sure there's plenty of chaos and mayhem leading up to any investigation into election interference. He will want his followers to have a civil war if they try and take him out of office. So Trump thinks he's got a strong hand. And he's going to play it. Because he doesn't care about the consequences. He doesn't care if it all burns down. Doesn't matter to him. That's part of his sociopathy. All right. Will Vladimir Putin try to liquidate Donald Trump? He's making veiled threats. Will there be a liquidation attempt? It makes you wonder if the helicopters and the ambulances was part of a liquidation attempt. Will Putin try to liquidate Trump? There's a conspiracy, there's planning going on. Could be discussions. Government. Fool card. Happy family. Discussions, messaging about next actions. Well, he's certainly been messaging about the next actions. There could be that. It would, if they were going to do it. Do you want to? I guess the question is, I think the answer is affirmative. The question is timing. Can they do it? What would the timing be? And can they get things in place to maximize the damage? Now, right around the time the government's changing hands. Peaceful transitions of power. Send him on a new journey. Watch him walk right off the cliff. I'm telling you, this spike his Diet Coke. And it's, Mar-a-Lago, and it's... Oh, dear God. I wouldn't bet no. I wouldn't bet against it if I were a betting man. I would not bet against it. I'm not going to ask you if he succeeds. I'm just going to say that there's planning involved right now. I guess, will that planning result in action? Maybe that's right. It doesn't mean it would succeed, but planning could lead to action. And there may not be an answer to that. It may never get there. Trump's not exactly healthy either. You may not get to the point where Trump could do that. And again, Putin could be saying this, that if Trump drops dead, then his cult members will think that he was poisoned. And it was the Biden administration that did it. Well, Putin pulled the trigger. They're evaluating it. Sacrificing. Getting it to work. Bringing things down. Look at these major arcana underneath here. But restriction. I think it's evaluating it, but the question is, can they pull it off? Because, you're going to have to get around the Secret Service, and, it's not even like they wouldn't boast about doing that. That they wouldn't do, because there would be repercussions for them. I think they're going to try and get it to work. Trying different ways to bring this guy down. But look at these major arcana over here. Will they pull it off, or will they enact it? My reading on this is he has every intention of doing so. His hands may be tied. He may not be able to pull it off. For whatever reason, the opportunities that they think they have, they may not be able to pull it off. Maybe Trump switches to Diet Pepsi all of a sudden, and there goes your plan. Curses. That is not a healthy relationship between these two men. Let's put it that way. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, but I hope you find it insightful, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.